Hi everybody, this is Jeff from the Overwatch team. I wanted to announce something very exciting. We're going to be releasing comics to showcase our world and the characters in it and the lore that we want to be sharing with you guys as a...
Wait, you could do that?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Jeff Kaplan
No, that's
from the
also
Overwatch team.
No.
Here on GameGorgon.
No.
Hi everyone.
No. We're actually going to be talking about Heroes of the Storm and how they're going to be releasing story. That's right, the Nexus actually has a story behind it.
The Nexus. Interesting.
It actually had a story in it previously, and then they were just kind of stopped it. They were just like, hey, remember all that stuff we gave you about the Nexus? Just ignore it all.
Wait, what? What do you mean there's lore in this game? You guys actually paid someone to write a story about Raynor meeting Diablo? Isn't this precisely what fan fiction is for?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of became a MOBA for a while with absolutely no, significance in lore at all. And then they came out recently and said, we're going to take that a step back. We're going to start doing some story stuff again.
Yeah, because the first couple of maps on Heroes of the Storm are actually Nexus specific. And then they were just like, we're going to then do like Hanamura.
Yeah.
And, like just
some maps from games that you know.
Yeah.
Warcraft.
And then they turned around and they were like, okay, HOTS 2.0. And I think that really flooded in a bunch of money. And
Yep.
they were like, hold on, this is working. How do we continue to make this successful? Story? So the comic came out, the first issue is out right now.
Yes, it's basically a bunch of pretty pictures with vague text. Like, I could explain the text to you. There's a problem. We need to solve it. That's it. That's literally all you get out of it. There's a problem that needs a solution.
You know that each realm within the Nexus is ruled by one specific person or a different group of people. The Raven Lord looks at the other close by Nexuses, sees that they're all weaklings, and says, okay, I need to do something to like conquer them because there's an even larger problem that's going to be coming towards us. And so then he decides to go and break a rule that he made for himself.
He put these guards in front of a room that were containing Dark Nexus agents, I guess.
Dark Nexus Stone. And he then calls upon God. Yeah.
It's so cheesy and vague, and I just can't with the comic so far.
They also introduced two new characters that we didn't know who they were.
Yes.
One, they physically introduce Nave, which is an old lady that lives with the Raven Lord, and assume that she's like a maid or servant or like...
Or an all-powerful deity, who knows?
That just sits there and like listens to him and is like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And then the other character we just hear about, which was Orphean. And I don't know if I said that right, but we also hear about that character and that they're missing and that they're trying to find her and that they're stepping up trying to find that character.
Right.
We also got a video of some of the guys from from Heroes of the Storm.
And I'm Jeff Kaplan
No, that's
from the
also
Overwatch team.
No. We also got a video from a couple of the guys from the Heroes of the Storm talking about how that they're going to be introducing more story into the world, not just through the comics, but through new cinematics, through skin releases. They're also talking about making changes to the maps in the world. They didn't specifically say what they're going to be doing. Like, we don't know if like, oh, we're going to change this from a 2-lane to a 3-lane because something crazy happened. Or if they're just going to make subtle changes, like the way that bosses are different, maybe.
Yeah, like the way they're doing the UI changes isn't something drastic. It's kind of just a reskin of the current UI. They're not moving stuff around. It's just they're giving it a flavor to fit the current story environment. It doesn't really make any dramatic UI changes, which is good because that would be confusing and weird, and there's no reason to do that. But I think the same thing would happen for the maps, right? If they were just going to make like really abrupt and kind of short-lived changes to the maps based on the plot, it wouldn't really be very good for kind of the meta, right? Just really abrupt and short changes probably would hurt a lot.
We actually also got a hint that the former skin release with the mecha characters is actually something that is within the world.
It wasn't even a hint.
We've also even done stuff with other realms that we haven't made battlegrounds around, and you see that if you read the skin descriptions that our writers, put so much time into the mecha universe.
That like just like, oh yeah, and here's a couple people that are made of robots. Like
That are made of robots.
yeah, there's robots inside them that are robots, and they're all like Power Ranger status.
Oh, man.
They're combined.
So now anytime they release any skin, whether or not they want it to be in the world, people are going to assume there is one. And by people, I mean me specifically.
I'm hoping that was kind of a fumble and that they're actually from now on going to be talking about the worlds before they release the skins.
Probably.
Or at the same time.
Because I think they're using it as like motivation to get people to buy the skins. Right?
Exactly. Like there's actually...
Getting someone attached to that environment is probably a good way to sell them skins. I personally think that the reason Overwatch was doing a lot of this kind of story and lore content is to support the PvE side of Overwatch. And I've seen some PvE content in HOTS, but I think this might be leading to like seasonal regular PvE events based on the story that they're going to be telling in the comics. What do you think about that?
I think that the PvE experience in Overwatch is just a means in which to talk about the story, like a fun, interactive way. I don't necessarily think that
the story's there to support it.
Yeah, I think that the gameplay is there to support the story and not the story to support the gameplay.
Okay.
And I don't think, while there may be some PvE brawls, I don't think Overwatch is going in that direction because they want as many people as they possibly can into the Nexus because of how their skill system and raids and MMR works. Why don't you head down in the comments and let us know, do you guys think that this is like a story-driven event so that it can bring in more people, or do you think that this is a story-driven event that's going to also bring in some PvE content? While you guys are down there, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. The subscribe button unlocks the exclusive bell icon for only subscribers. That's right, you too can get the exclusive bell icon. Well, if you guys are done talking there, you can talk to us over at Twitter. My name's Indigo, and you can reach me at IndigoQT.
And I'm Krug. You can get me at QueueQT on Twitter. You can also reach both of us at _QueueTimes. We have been GameGorgon. We'll see you guys tomorrow.